Whether she's laying waste to King's Landing or falling in love, Emilia Clarke has played a lot of intense scenes in movies and on TV. On set, though, she seems like a genuinely endearing person with a great sense of humor, and we've got the bloopers to prove it. Game of Thrones presented a unique series of challenges for all of its actors. The show wasn't exactly Full House, what with its location shooting in far-flung locales all over the world, dense literary dialogue, and special effects-heavy sequences. Emilia Clarke, in particular, had to continually juggle all of these elements as she portrayed Daenerys Targaryen, a character who traveled extensively, spoke multiple languages, and soared on the backs of fire-breathing beasts. However, everyone is human, even the mother of dragons, and mistakes will be made. For one scene, Clarke had to deliver a whole lot of dialogue in the tricky fictional language of Dothraki, while sitting on an inanimate device that would eventually become a CGI dragon. That's plenty for any actor to handle, and Clarke, understandably, had a few rough spots delivering her Dothraki lines. Of course, she didn't lose her cool and stayed in great spirits. In fact, when Clarke loosened up and jokingly ad-libbed some dialogue, her Dothraki actually sounded pretty natural.
My Dothraki!
Emilia Clarke was born and raised in England, a country that's relatively small but rich with a surprisingly high volume of accents. Among many others, there's a distinctive Liverpool accent that fans of the Beatles might recognize, and the crisp, classy accent favored by actors and actresses in highbrow British television shows. That's the kind Clarke used for her role as Daenerys, and it isn't all that different from her natural Southern England accent. But as a trained and experienced actress, she can recognize and replicate the differences between her country's many dialects. One particular scene features actor Michiel Houseman, who portrayed Daenerys' loyal advisor and lover, Dario Naharis, approaching her with a variety of wild flowers. In the outtake of the scene, Clarke breaks the tension and surprises everyone with a perfect East London Cockney accent.
I'm a Khaleesi, not a queen. Sake, mate.
Obviously, Game of Thrones doesn't take place in any real historical time period. It's a sweeping fantasy set in a world of dragons and supernatural threats. Still, most of the characters seem to have British accents for some reason. In a clip from the 8th season's blooper reel, Daenerys sits down for a chat with Sansa Stark, a rare moment of quiet and civility before another round of violence. At this point in the show's timeline, Daenerys has taken Jon Snow as a lover, and everyone thinks that he is a bastard member of the Stark family, and Sansa's brother. Spoiler alert, it turns out that Jon is a Targaryen, just like his aunt Daenerys. But that little bit of info is neither here nor there, as Clarke uses the attractiveness of Kit Harington's Jon Snow as a jumping-off point to improv in a modern, slang-laced dialect.
Just fancy your brother loads. He's really sexy.
In all of her playful, behind-the-scenes footage, as well as in her many promotional interviews, Clarke seems like an endlessly charming and grounded person. She definitely doesn't embody that Hollywood stereotype of the pretentious, self-absorbed nightmare diva who can never be pleased. But if Clarke did act like that, her behavior might not be completely unexpected. After all, she starred on one of the biggest TV shows in history for 8 seasons, and she became an international celebrity in the process. In a hilarious montage that Clarke shot for Glamour magazine, she gives viewers a taste of what it might have been like if she let all the fame and acclaim go to her head.
Where's my wig? Where's my orange mocha frappuccino? Where are my kale chips?
After more tongue-in-cheek inquiries about toilet paper, Spanx, Uber, and her boyfriend, she saves the most important question for last.
Where's my privacy? Do you know what I mean? Bye.
By 2016, Game of Thrones had been airing for 5 successful seasons, allowing Emilia Clarke to spread her wings and star in major films. In Me Before You, actor Sam Claflin plays a man named Will who is despondent after he's been paralyzed in a terrible accident. Clarke plays Lou, a paid companion hired to help Will and raise his spirits. It should come as no surprise that after an awkward start, the two fall madly in love with each other. Lou is about as far away from Daenerys as possible. Between takes, though, the set of Me Before You had a lot in common with the set of Game of Thrones, in that Clarke's kind-hearted wit in the face of goof-ups was on full display. In one outtake, Clarke is supposed to be driving a car, but as we all know, cars don't work properly if the handbrake is engaged, That's what seems to be happening with this particular vehicle, and it immediately throws Clarke off her game until a crew member comes to the rescue.
If you put my handbrake on.
Handbrake,
Yeah, thank
so
you.
just give it a...
It's a really good start.
Emilia Clarke might always be most associated with the breakthrough role of Daenerys Stormborn of the House Targaryen, the first of her name, Queen of Meereen, Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, Mother of Dragons, and so forth. So many titles carry with them so much class and dignity, but at her core, Daenerys is just another person, and so is Clarke, possessing a regular human body that may make embarrassing sounds from time to time. It's unclear if an audible eruption on the set of Me Before You actually came from Clarke, or if it was the result of a squeaky couch cushion or some piece of malfunctioning movie-making equipment. But the telltale sound of a massive gas leak definitely emanated from Clarke's general direction. Somehow, her co-star, Sam Claflin, doesn't immediately laugh and keeps it together for a few seconds until he finally cracks up alongside Clarke. So, in the end, it seems that Daenerys never fulfilled her ambition of breaking the wheel, but Clarke clearly made her mark by breaking wind.
Stinks like death. Don't think I can't smell it.
Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.